So my name is Claire Hyland and I'm the head of the Youth Lab at Think House. So the Youth Lab as a unit within the business looks to demystify youth culture. So really bringing raw and filtered real insights to our clients to help them in their transformational journeys to connect with the next generation of young people.
Okay, and so that would be like the generation Gen Z?
Yeah, so when we talk about Gen Z, what we're really talking about is young people between the ages of about 12 and 25, so typically born between 1996 and 2012. So you probably might know one yourself, you might have a teenager or an early 20-something, and they would typically be defined as Gen Z.
And in what way are they different to some of the other generations? Why do they need to be treated slightly differently or informed slightly differently?
Well, I think there's a lot of drivers that impact people's outlooks. And when you look to this age cohort, there's a number of key drivers that have really influenced their view in the world and how they think and how they behave. So fundamentally, I guess this existential crisis we're going through in terms of the climate crisis and biodiversity crisis is really influencing their outlook, along with the big transformation we see around digital technologies. So as a generation, they've been heralded as one, I guess the most activist generation we've seen yet, and second then the most digital savvy generation, certainly in terms of young adults.
So can you read from that that they're getting a lot of their information through social media and the like of that?
Yeah, so this is a generation that's grown up with the internet, so they never knew a time before when the internet didn't exist. So it's seamlessly integrated into their day-to-day. So this idea of just being a connected young person where your phone, technology, it's just part of how you approach your day-to-day.
And do you think they're sometimes unfairly portrayed?
Yeah, we found this a lot with the work that we do when we speak to young people, that firstly, pretty much half of them don't identify with the label Gen Z, so they see themselves firstly as individuals. And more broadly speaking, I think what's fascinating is you look at organisations like the Pew Centre for Research, and they've come out most recently just saying they actually don't want to label generations anymore unless they're positively contributing to discussion and dialogue and policy change. And we've really seen that in terms of how we speak about young people. So we often say 18 to 25-year-olds or 15 to 18-year-olds because it just takes away some of the negative connotation that can go with any label.
What's the best approach to engage with them as customers or as employees?
Well, our fundamental approach is to start by really trying to understand the point of view of young people, and that starts with listening. It starts with a willingness to show up in their world and really understand their point of view. We're excited to say that we're working with multiple brands and organisations that are bringing on board youth boards, for example, to really, I guess, create a formal participation element for young people so that they're really delivering on the need that young people have to be heard. So this is the generation that is unapologetically voicing out for the change that it wants in the world. And I think any organisation that can respect that and actually open itself up to the youth view is an organisation that will do better.